What's good, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. How we doing? Cut the music. Okay. Let's get this going. How we doing, everyone? How we feeling in the chat there? I'm gonna drop the StreamYard link already in the chat. So whoever wants to come up to the panel, Mike Via, when you get up in here, definitely join. Good evening. Good evening. What's up, Frederick? Good evening. Well, it's 9 a.m. in California, but good evening. Got our co-host Mike V in the house. So yeah, everyone, we're gonna get in the charts here shortly, and but yeah, just kind of want to talk for a bit, take a moment to get us ready for the day, right? So I titled today's session "Patience Pays," and I wanted to focus on just that, patience. I think that it's something that's holding a lot of traders back, and we really checking my chin. I think I got to shave. All right. Anyway, the patience, man, it's so important, and I think that it gets a lot of us, and we really need to work on our patience, right? We think this trading stuff's going to happen overnight. We compare ourselves to other traders. We see them being successful, knocking it out the park, or maybe they have a good Monday, and we want to have a good week, and we want to be successful. We want to be that great trader who crushes all the trades. But the more and more I learn about this industry is that, or just success in general, competing at a high level in general, constantly, night in, night out, session in, session out, month in, month out, it takes a certain mindset. And if you ever listen to trading coaches and they say, like, oh, everything is mindset, focus on mindset, there's a reason for that, because we know that the strategy is nothing. The setup is nothing. It's about being able to repeat that setup over and over. It's about being able to come to the charts with a clear mind. So one of the most important things is the patience. And I think impatience is one of the things that hold us back the most. Just confirm in the chat you can hear me for me. Make sure my levels are good. Mike, or if anyone's there, just give me like a confirmation that the audio sounds good, and I'll continue. Audio good? Okay, perfect. So yeah, just bringing Mike
Hello,
up.
hello.
What's up, bro? Good morning.
Yeah, always good.
Good. Thanks for showing up, man. See you showing up daily, showing up to these charts, to these live streams. So pleasure to have you.
Yeah, I've
Awesome.
been up since 2:30.
So that would have, so you just woke up early. You woke up for London then, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's my like the usual, starting 2:30 a.m. and wrapping up around 11, 10:30, 11.
When are you sleeping?
7 p.m., 7 to 8. I try to go to bed.
Yeah, a lot of people not trying to go to sleep at 7 p.m. That's Netflix and chill time and hang out
I
and
know
eat ice cream.
it's very hard to like get in track, but it is what it is.
That's the discipline right there. I tell you what, man. Tom Brady, one of the greatest, champions ever. He go to bed every night at before 9 p.m. and he's 43, 44, and he's performing at the highest of high levels in that old age. And, that's a physical sport. And, in trading, it's not physical, it's all mental. And that's what I was talking about today is having our minds ready, being conditioned to perform at the high level. And I think that, we talk about patience, right? But it's patience and discipline. Those are always the two schools of thought. And I think for you to be able to consistently go to bed that early to make sure you're up for London is important. And also you're not making excuses based on your time zone or, your what country you're in. So that's how we got to do it. That's an example, fam. But yeah, I think that it's a character trait that the patience that is. It's a character trait that all of us traders need. And a lot of us don't have it. Honestly, a lot of us don't have it initially getting into this industry, especially because a lot of us come into this business wanting to get rich quick and seeing Forex as a way to get money overnight. And that's the opposite of patience. That's the opposite of discipline. Because with the discipline, essentially, you're going to do the same thing over and over. You're going to stick to your regiment, regardless of the immediate results. So it's kind of tough to tell someone that enters this industry just based on their intentions, their motives for coming here, and how Forex is advertised to the outside world. Now, once you come in this business, if you're lucky enough to work with a good mentor or just a good group of guys and girls who know what this is about and that can kind of school you early on, you stand a fighting chance. But like I always say, it's on the trader to follow through with those steps, right? So you have to manage your account. You have to make sure doing you're not doing the most, that you're not doing more than you need to. So going back to what I was saying, when you see other traders crushing it on Monday, and maybe you're not there yet, maybe you're focused on your specific trading plan that week, and maybe your setup didn't present to Thursday. Monday through Wednesday are going to be challenging for some. You have to have the wherewithal to say, you know what, I'm sticking to what I do. I see other traders doing this, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And still be open-minded to entertain new ideas. Maybe your setup needs improvement. Maybe you do need to do what the other trader does. Maybe there is more opportunity out there that you're not seizing. So it might sound like I'm talking out of two sides of my mouth, right? But really, that's the duality of life, right? We need to be focused on what we're doing, laser focused, but we need to continue to grow. So my best advice for you to be able to progress as a trader to where you're able to stick to what you're doing, yet constantly learn new stuff, right? Like when we go over these charts today, you might see something structure wise. You might see some type of confluence I use, maybe my fibs or key levels, and you want to do that too. But that doesn't mean you throw out what you're doing, get rid of your strategy, and just jump on what I'm doing necessarily. You first, what we always say is back test. So start to back test it. Whatever new information, right, in terms of your strategy, back test it, because that's how you're going to find out how well it works. Does it work? But more importantly, what you're going to do is start to make sense of it, start to derive understanding from the scientific data that you've collected in the market. So how does that look in terms of a trader's evolution, a trader stepping into their own? What it looks like is you have a plan, a template that you have, right? Maybe you got it from a mentor, which I always recommend, right? Simple template. Go learn with Brandon. Go learn with me. Go learn with Neo. We'll give you that. Go learn with Human. We'll give you a template. Human even got indicators for you. And we don't preach indicators, but he got the DMA system where he can make it textbook for you. Okay. But from there, it does need to become your own. So you don't got to reinvent the wheel. You don't got to switch everything up, but you have to make the story make sense for you. So if you go in the charts and you start observing some new empirical data, right? Like I said, maybe the key levels or the fib, and you want to incorporate that into your trading style, you need to back test the shit out of it. And then you need to mend it with your understanding and what you're doing. And if that doesn't work, you may need to reevaluate things and reposition things. And it might take a couple months to iron out the plan and what you're doing, but that's okay. But you need to break it down into steps that you can understand. And I think that's the toughest part for us mentors, for teachers, for just maybe you got a friend that you're trying to put on the Forex and you're like, it's simple. It's tough to make them see things through your eyes. So what I've learned teaching traders is you have to kind of lead them to water, and you need to let them see it through their eyes. So you have to, I know I'm speaking all artsy fartsy conceptualized, but essentially you have to have an emotional intelligence to teach someone this stuff. And you have to kind of have a barometer for what they know, what's not getting through to them. So I think that's one of my specialties. Like, you sit down in a one-on-one with me, I could talk to you. You could break down your trading plan, what you're doing, and start to pinpoint. I can start to pinpoint areas you may need to work on. And generally, it's something simple like an entry method, or just being paying attention to the nitty gritty each step, right? Because a lot of traders will say, you know what, I know what I'm doing. I got it. The strategy easy. Screw a trading plan. I don't need to write it out. Screw a journal. I got it. I don't need to do these things. And for me, to me, it looks like you're not taking it serious, because if you don't need to do that, why ain't you successful now? Why are you still struggling? If you're killing it in trading, yeah, I ain't gonna get on you about a plan. But if you think you got it all figured out and you're not journaling every trade, you don't have a concrete trading plan like I got written on my wall that I worked on all weekend to fix. If you're not doing a performance tracking spreadsheet, maybe you don't do all of this, but you need to. If you're not successful in your trading and you're not doing the extra steps, you get what you deserve. So yesterday, it was called 100% accountability. I think that was the lesson, and just reiterating that, guys. So yeah, just to kind of rein it in, be patient with the process, but put in the work and don't take days off. But you don't have to rush through this, but you have to have your head screwed on straight, to the sense you're putting stuff in the proper context, right? You're saying, you're always approaching things from I'm working on my trading standpoint. Like I said, even if you're taking the day off, even if you know you need to get off the charts, you need to get out of the chat room, you need to go in a Zoom with someone, you need to go buy a coaching call, whatever it is, you need to determine that. Okay. So I ain't gonna yell at us all day. Mike, you have anything to add, or agree with, disagree with?
Oh, I agree completely. Um, the Forex and like trading, looking at charts, like Brandon is right. It is like learning a new language. So you don't expect to, 2 days and you're 100%. It will take some time, and then failure. I personally believe failure, um, like bad trades, are part of the process. Like they're not bad as like we are afraid of failure. They're not really failure. Like there are opportunities for you to learn, like what went wrong. You know what I mean? Like analyze your bad trades and like realize what was bad, and then try and like not repeat it.
Yeah, I had that. I like the saying, "No losses, just lessons."
Yep, yep.
But just to build on that, the trader who loses the trade, it's on you to break it down, to journal it, all that good stuff. Because to me, the real loss is if you don't learn. from the loss. And a lot of what I've done just in life in general, not just trading, but sweep it under the rug, pretend it doesn't exist, forget about it, right? You forget about all those losses you had, and then you get one winner, you're happy, you're posting it, and then at the end of the week you look and you're down 20%. So I think we really just gotta be honest about this, you know. Um, the process, you can't cheat it. You can't cheat the process. So my best advice is, especially if you lose and you don't understand why it didn't go in your way, break it down. Get in a Zoom with your study buddy, accountability partner, whoever. Maybe you don't even have nobody. If you don't have anybody to bounce ideas off or trade with, get in the free community. There's over 300 people in there. People struggling too. Like, partner up, or even just shit, run it by your grandma, run it by your mom, talk through it. It don't matter. It's for you to process. It'll be better to work with somebody who does this, but you need to lab it up. Just like um, a football team that lost to a team the previous meet, and now you guys are meeting again. You better study the hell out of that footage and figure out what you did wrong, what they did right, what matchups weren't favorable, what changes we should make, what adjustments we should make. And that's how you win. It's the same for your trading. If you find you keep taking a specific setup and it keeps going against you, or you keep entering at a certain time and you get stopped out, anything along those lines, you need to figure out the tendencies of the market and adjust accordingly, right? You adapt or you perish. So it's not as simple as this business would look, because I think the way it's promoted is, with the way they market this industry is, 100% win rate, 90% success rate, foolproof strategy. That's all good and well, but they don't tell you that it don't matter how foolproof the strategy is if you don't know how to use the strategy, right? The market is dynamic. There are going to be variables. I don't care how many indicators you got. You got to be able to figure out what's going on, right? The structure, the overall direction. Maybe you look at traps. Maybe you look at order blocks and order flow. However you observe the market, you got to be locked in, and you got to be going. You got to be in go mode. If that means anything to you, you got to be in go mode. Um, because I'm just trying to, and I'll move it on. We'll get to charts and all that. But I just want to just make clear that how important building the trader mind and the trader mentality is, how dire that is to your success. Not having the perfect plan and the perfect strategy. All that is good. But when we in war, when NFP, when the stop punch is happening, when the sessions is changing, all that can get thrown out the window. When your emotions start reacting, are you going to stay calm? Right? It's like, I'm not trying to minimize, but say you go over to war in a country, you're fighting in a war for your country at arms. You do the drills. I don't know the terms, y'all. You got fire, you got shooting practice, you conditioning, the map, all of that stuff. And then the bomb drop and the war start, and you panicking, you're freaking out, you're in a bunker shaking, all your training go out the window. So, and then there's the trader that might not have all the savvy strategy bells and whistles. They might not have the perfect indicator, but they know how to react. They know how to adapt, and they see price action. And they say, you know what? They use some common sense. That looked like a stop hunt. Maybe I shouldn't take this setup, right? That's the person in war. They saying, you know what? It's calm. They calm. They picking you up. Come on, bro. We got this. Just do this. Remember our training. So that's what we want to build. And some people are kind of bred that way, where they got the wherewithal. Some people are, it comes down to their nature and their nurture, right? Well, like with anything. But not everyone is like that. Maybe you're a timid person. Maybe you lack confidence. Maybe you were bullied. You got fears. Um, I don't know. You don't like how you look. All this stuff that plays into your self perception, your ego, your view of yourself, and it reflects in your trading. So if you're somebody like that, it's a blessing you found trading because we all need to work on our character flaws. We all need to build our confidence. We all need to think positive. All these, all the good stuff. And trading is going to force you to it, or it's going to chew you up and spit you out. So, yeah, we'll end it there. And I'll pass the mic to Mike if he has anything to add before we jump on the charts.
Oh no, good pep talk. It's like trading is not easy, but high risk, high reward, and um, there's a community that we are in. So if you need to reach out, like reach out. Like I'm not a mind reader, but I'm here at 2:30 in the morning, working anyway. So there's someone, and I know we have people from around the world. So whatever time you are, I'm sure there's somebody out there, and to talk to. Also, accountability is really really important, and I must be accountable. So I was talking about sales on UCAD yesterday. I did not take them because I didn't like the lack of consolidation. But I did take the sale on GU, and it went in my favor, and then it hit me. And, it turned around and like took me out. But it is what it is.
Mhm.
Moving on.
It is what it is. Yep. But yeah, UCAT did what we said yesterday, huh? Exactly what we said. Um, it was a tough entry in terms of consolidation. It did make a second leg today, so we could have entered on the second leg. See, y'all got to go learn with Neo though, because this is the Neo entry right here. But I can't even break it down like that. Y'all got to go get with him. But y'all see how that wick hit. So he calls it disciplined trader. If y'all interested in learning what Neo's been doing, reach out to him or reach out to me, and I'll connect you. You see, I got all my own services and stuff, but it's not always about like me trying to sell you on Winlife. For me, it's about getting you to the right coach that will help you. So, but yeah, I think we're all over this one, bro. Maybe we can get an entry tomorrow, but let's just see what happens. It's coming to the low from the previous low.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait and see what's going on because the dollar dumped like pretty heavy today. Um, so I have like I'm looking at Dixie. I have like an area of interest, and it's approaching that area. So now I want to see is it gonna break? Because if it keeps going down and breaks my area, then um, quite possibly it's gonna continue going down. Otherwise, it might actually turn around and go back up.
I don't know, bro. Now it's looking like it want to go down. I'm thinking. Oh, okay. So this was from before. Am I looking at this right? No, I need to zoom out more. Okay, here we go. Because that would mean this was our peak. So either we gonna continue down, right? It's only two things, or they're going back to the peak, right? I mean, it's simple as that. What are your DMAs telling you?
Well, you have a cluster of DMAs between 102.2 102 and 102.3. So that's my area of interest. If that zone holds and I see like green candles going up, I think we're going back. We're resuming the uptrend, the macro uptrend. Otherwise, if it breaks down and kind of um, like continues to break down, so break and retest, then probably it's gonna continue to go down to like that low at 101.2.
No, let me close my door. Okay. I'm with you here. I was just looking at the previous bearish weeks, just for our context. And these weeks do seem pretty bearish. It's like 3,000 pips or whatnot. And haven't really seen that much bearish activity in over a month, but it's still minute relative to, this higher time frame. So we've been talking about this for the last 10 days. So yeah, we're at that pivotal point. But yeah, let's just go to the pairs. Let's go look at your GU. Yeah, daily it still looks, bearish. So I don't knock you for that trade at all.
Yeah, I was looking at 4 hour, and there's a resistance. No resistance, support. There's a support at 1.24. What is it? 728. And the 4 hour candle respected it really good with a wick. So I don't know. It looks. I'm bearish on GU. I continue to be bearish regardless of that giant green candle.
Yeah, but I will say, like, it's coming for the money right here. It's coming for that. Yeah. And then where could the next zone be if it's coming? Like here, here. But we can't say that we have a shift in direction based on this. Okay. I won't stick on that one too hard. Anything y'all want to look at in the chat? Okay, yeah, definitely DM me, Fred. But yeah, let us know if there's any pairs y'all want me and Mike to break down. Or shoot, if you want to come up and share your trade or your breakdown, come on. I think we were looking at this setup yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't see like good structure on this one.
Yeah, I didn't have an entry personally. Or actually, I did have an entry. I just missed it. Let's see if it would have worked. Because my entry actually would have been here at 2.5. We went over this one yesterday, but let me just test this. 10 pips. Let's say I use 10 pips. Oh, 12 pips. So if I took that, it might not have worked. Immediately went for 100 pips. Now we're pulling back super aggressive. Another US pair. So, look like a stop hunt on a daily. Or it could just be a wick that they fill. So, see, interesting stuff. Let me check Brandon. Yeah, that's aggressive though, bro. These last 2 hours. So yeah, okay, we'll come back
Well,
tomorrow.
whatever it is, I'm not trading now, so I'm gonna let it go for like, so how many hours is this? Like 12 hours. So the next 12
Yeah,
hours, and then you know see what's going on.
yeah. Did anybody ask for a pair in the chat? GU. We just did GU, Ross. We are kind of on the fence about it because the Dixie's kind of at a pivotal point, but we did conclude that it's gonna buy right now at least and take out these highs. So there's at least temporary buys. There's no entry right now. But you could look tomorrow. We need it. One second. I'm trying to change time frames if it's going to change. Okay. Yeah, just based on the higher time frame, we still conclude that it's overall bullish. But we see, what do we see? We see money, market maker coming for that. So yeah, you can look for buys, temporary buys at least. All right. And if you want to know how to find your buys, just always remember to trade with the sessions and your confluences, but also we love to use that daily structure. So essentially, you got to wait for this Asian range, which is what Mike is saying. We're going to wait at least 12 hours. Let Asian do his job. See what London does. London stop punts how we want. We'll see. But yeah, these lows have been taken out. So, okay. Hopefully that. Oh, no worry, Ross. Hopefully that kind of helps. But yeah, we're on the fence on the dollar overall on the Dixie. So we're handling these pairs with care, right? Because it could be easily returning to the high. All right, but let's move on. We don't need to beat a dead horse. R.I.P. to the horse. All right, so just looking at JPY pairs, to me, it's pretty obvious they've all been bullish for the last couple weeks or week or so. For all of them, no nearby structure. So unprecedented highs. And we talked about the economy in Japan a bit. Got some
I'm gonna
structure
wait
nearby.
for like a major pullback on the JPYs before I consider going in.
Yeah. For people, oh, Mike, I'm gonna add you to my private room if you want to join. It's really just for like the private students, but I would like you in there to, help out and maybe share some analysis if you're down.
Sure.
Okay. Anyone else that wants to join, hit me up. I'm letting people in if you it's just like do at least one-on-one with me. But yeah, this was an analysis I shared to the group, but it didn't come to our entry. But let me just find, when did I draw this out? Price. Okay. So yeah, this was like when the week started. I did over the weekend, so I was hoping could get a pullback to that key level. I'll do that right. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So I was looking at, I actually had a pending at 139, but I'm trying to remember. Nah. Sorry, I can't even remember this setup. I will go look at the picture. Regardless, we didn't get a pullback on that. I think GJ was similar. Let me see. Okay. GJ actually did give us a pullback. But yeah, now we're out of there. Yeah, so what Mike said. UJ, let's look at this one. UJ. So regardless of what USD doing, is going up on UJ because JPY is that damn weak. So definitely here, I drew this area for a reason. Let me see. Okay. So there is some structure to the left dating back to, 20 years ago. But there's structure there. So with like a nice pullback. So yeah, we'll see. You know what time we have these sessions when the market's going in accumulation. So we're not taking nothing right now. Check the chat. Yo, what's up, Dave? Join the panel, bro. Hey, Mike, you want to look at anything else?
No, really.
Yeah, me
Everything
either.
is like I'm just like waiting,
Yeah, I agree. We'll probably call this one, guys. We'll call this a session. I won't drag it out. But shout out to Dave. Made it today. We're gonna have more of these. Not every day is gonna be on and popping, but I want all of us to kind of, be the star of this show. Everyone come on the panel, say their piece, show off their wins, show off their losses, all of that. Let's see who's spamming. Is someone spamming? Okay, you ain't spamming. I seen online store. I'm like, who's spamming? Online store says, is there any way to tell why JPY pairs would be climbing while XXX pairs are ranging or going down and vice versa? Yeah, by looking at, you answered your own question. By looking at the index, you can easily determine the direction of a currency, right? So let's look at Dixie on the daily, right? Like we said, it's been bullish, but it's been pulling back. Let's go look at the yen. You're going to see yen is just dropping. It's dropping. It's dropping. So let's say, so it's an algorithm that we don't understand exactly. We don't see their computer, but it is a correlation there. So if you're wondering why USD will do this and JPY is doing this, and then USD JPY is doing this, is because JPY is so weak that this consolidation doesn't outpower the weakness. That's how I got amended in my mind. I mean, we're not going to know the exact mathematical formula, but these is essentially like they're crosses, right? So they're crossing the currencies, and we're seeing how they engage with each other based on their price quotes, and the price moves on them. So it's more of a dance amongst the currencies, and when the pairs cross, we see the phenomena. But if you want to understand like the fundamental reasons why a currency is going a certain way, I mean, you can read fundamentals, you can look at the index, you could look at all the pairs for that currency and derive understanding like we did, right? We looked at every XXX JPY and we're like, they're going up. So we can conclude that JPY is weaker than all the other pairs because regardless what pair it was crossed with, it was still going up. So hopefully that kind of helps. You said, can I give an example? Oh, for sure, Dave, for sure. An example. I guess this is the example, right? UJ. UJ is a great example. Let's do another one. Let's find something that's going up clearly. We might have trouble because everything been going down. Oh, we might not have any currency to show. Wow. All our currencies are going down. But let's look at CAD. Let's look at CAD. And I don't want to drag this out or make this about currency correlation per se, but just to understand. You see, this one, this has been technically bullish for a month. Waiting on you in a low. Okay. And this has been bearish for 18 days, right? So it really is just matching up the currencies, right? Oh yeah, definitely rewatch it. It'll be on YouTube. So, but yeah, I think that's kind of it. We didn't put any setups for tomorrow, but we did review UCAD. It followed our analysis from yesterday. You may have not gotten an entry. We're watching JPY pairs to see if we get a pullback for our entry. And yeah, that's about it. Okay. All right, guys, we're out of here. Have a great one. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the notification. I appreciate everyone. And I appreciate my co-host, Mike V. My bad if I talk over you at all, bro. Appreciate you. Anything you want to add?
That always well. Just one thing about indexes. I do think that the market maker can actually hold currency, like individual currency, and like manipulate it like that way. So like don't think that when we say, oh, Dixie's going, down, that you automatically sell or buy, euro, USD, GBP, USD, and so on and so on. So the individual currencies can be manipulated differently. UCAT can be going down at the same time. GBP, USD can be going also down. So it's relative. An index is not an exact like measurement. It's like a relative strength. So I use the indexes as a like guide rails, but not like measurement tapes, if that makes sense.
100%. I simplest way I put it is use it to determine the direction. Keep it simple. I actually went through when I was developing, I made a whole currency strength correlation course, bro, and like went on the deep end. But when I did that and I was going through my education, I was trying to time moves based on the indexes and when they would move them. And I felt like you might be able to develop a system behind it, but man, it was tough. And like just trying to time it was a pain in the ass. And I think what you're saying, like how they hold them up at any time is true. So I actually gave up on that, trying to read too much into the indexes and time moves. However, I think there's some magic to it because the phenomena I would observe is sometimes the index would move before the pair. Like they would dump the index and then the pairs would react after. So I think there's like some magic to behold, but I don't know if my brain could do it alone. So I just stick to what I know. Yep. All right, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. And until the next one, much love. Peace out, everyone who attended, and thanks for growing with us.
Peace.
Peace.